Hi, Jen here from the Unite the Right rally, counter protest, actually just one of several of them. I believe the list was at between 7 and 10 counter protests today. The turnout's very good. I'll be taking you around, showing you what's going on, some of the signs that are here, what people are chanting and marching. What I can tell you is that the counter protesters vastly outnumber the Unite the Right folk, which is wonderful. DC is really not the place for white supremacists in general. It's a very progressive city. So people have shown up in mass. Everyone's kind of energized. This area is separate from the area where the white nationalists are. I will be going over there. One of the things that I kind of struggled with was I don't want to give the white nationalists a platform. NPR got in trouble for that, rightly. That interview, if you watch it with NPR, they did it with Jason Kessler, who is the organizer of last year's Unite the Right rally and this year's. So they kind of didn't even push back that much when he suggested that people of different races are ranked differently in intelligence. And of course, Jason Kessler and crew, based on very, very faulty science from a very racist fake scientist, suggested that black people have the lowest IQ, which is absolutely debunked, ridiculous. It's one of their talking points, and NPR didn't really push back, and in fact gave Jason Kessler a nationwide voice on that platform. So that's one of the things I'll kind of be careful of is while I think it's important to cover it, journalists do have to kind of shine a light on different areas, what's going on, even the really, really bad stuff, which is what's going over there in Lafayette Square. But I want to be very careful. So I'll be taking you all around. There are protests, counter protests everywhere. The police presence is heavy. People are energized. So really I'm just going to be walking around and giving people the microphone, letting them say whatever they want, kind of asking them why they're here, what they think is energizing the alt-right, the white nationalists, the neo-Nazis, whatever you want to call them, and what can be done about it. I think it's pretty clear that they're in the minority. Their voices seem stronger because for whatever reason, they keep getting these platforms. And but that's not what our country's about. That's not what we're going to stand for. So I'm going to flip the camera around and start talking to people. Stay tuned. I'll be going off and on live, probably mostly here on Facebook. Share the video and get this out there. Obviously, there are a lot of people covering this, but hopefully I'll be covering it in a different way than they are in other forms of media. All right, let's go find some people. As you can see, there's a nice crowd gathered. There are speakers. People are sometimes walking around chanting, marching with their signs. There's a lot of creativity here. The general theme is no hate. They have signs like this, like Nazi punks F off. They have really, really creative signs. Do you want to talk about why you're here, what your sign's about, all that?
I'm just here to give my support and fight the alt-right because I don't think they have a place here in D.C. or anywhere in the country or anywhere in the world.
So a very, very creative sign there. Lots of good support. I have one, thank you. Let's see. Go over to some folks here. This is a great sign. Why are you here today?
Well, I'm here for the same reason that everybody is to confront bigotry and racism and the hate in a rally that is taking place a few blocks from here. So it's important that there are people out here, if nothing else, to demonstrate that we're not intimidated by them, and it's time for us to stand up even when it's confrontational.
What do you think is energizing the alt-right, the white nationalists, neo-Nazis?
Well, I'm sure that the Trump administration has enabled a group of people, a dark subculture that was in the corners. They were in the dark corners until Trump was elected, and that gives them license to speak up. Because by either Trump's silence as complicity or some of the statements that he's made that has enabled people like the David Duke or the Charlottesville riots, calling them very fine people, for instance. It stands to reason that if he's not going to stand up for what's right, to be on the right side of history, then we have no choice but to do it instead.
Very good. Thank you very much for your time. Let's see. Let's go look at some of these other signs, some of the people hanging out here. Hi. Can I talk to you about why you're here today?
Sure. Just me? Come on in.
Yeah, I want to hear from all of you.
Yeah, sure. So we're basically here to make sure that we're on the right side of history. We want to make sure that we're fighting for everybody's rights, not just the rights that white supremacists think are worthy, because, again, we are all immigrants. We all came to this country for the same opportunities and the same equality. So we want to make sure everybody's afforded that.
Just a couple blocks from here is the white nationalist rally. What do you think is energizing them, kind of giving them whatever kind of voice that they feel like they have or need to have?
I think it all just stems from a place of hate, and it stems from a place of privilege. Definitely, they've had this privilege for over 200 years, and they've never had people to consistently keep on challenging that. And now that we have a president who's in the office and they're not doing their part in fighting for the rights of everybody, I think that's what's helping them feel empowered, too.
Thank you. Let me show your sign here. Does anyone else want to get in there? Give some thoughts? Why are you here today?
Because I don't support white supremacy and I want to be on the right side of history. So,
with these white supremacists, what do you think their ultimate goal is? Some of the organizer has been on NPR saying, "Oh, I'm not a white supremacist. I'm not even a white nationalist. I'm really kind of protesting the silencing of white people." What do you say to that?
I think that's a little bit ridiculous. White people have had privilege for hundreds of years, and we're not being silenced. So that's just a ridiculous concept.
Thank you. Do you wanna?
No, thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. Yeah, thank you. All right, let's go look around some more. Figure out why some more people are here. There's lots of diversity here. There's the LGBT communities here. Lots of people of different races, lots of people, white people here supporting Black Lives Matter and the side of, the right side, the side of good, the side of, it's so ridiculous that in our nation's capital, just a few blocks from here, the white nationalists, the KKK are having a platform, are speaking. I almost hesitate to even go over there. It puts a sickening feeling in my stomach. I will just to cover it, but it's absolutely disgusting that we're here in the Capitol and we're still fighting the Ku Klux Klan. Hi, do you want to talk about why you're here today?
Sure. I'm here because I just can't tolerate racists in our city. So I came, here's my sign. So my kid's going off to college tomorrow, and I said I got to jet down and show my support and be counted, and then I'll go back home.
Very good. What do you think is kind of bringing, a few blocks from here, the white nationalists together to talk about whatever it is they're talking about? They think they're oppressed or whatever it is. What's energizing them?
Trump.
Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. Thank you very much. Hi, do either of you want to talk about why you're here today? Okay, sure. Okay, let's kind of walk through the crowd a little bit. It's starting to fill up more and more. The start times were generally around 2 o'clock across the board for these different protests and rallies. So it was pretty easy getting around on the metro, but it seems like people showed up fairly early. Let's see if we can find some other people to talk to here. Oh, there's the group I already spoke with. All right, let's go this way. Yeah, it's hard to navigate. It's good. Here we have some people who are kind of marching around with signs. Looks like it's a group together. Resist the right, stop racist attacks. Let's go talk to them. Hi, do you mind talking about why you guys are here today?
Sure. I'm here because I think that this is an incredibly huge threat, and we should be here to say never again. Every time that these racist fascists come out and think that their ideas are legitimate, we need to use our free speech to march in the largest numbers possible and get as many people here as we can.
Yeah, definitely. And I keep asking people the same question. You know, a few blocks from here are the white nationalists in our nation's capital with the, members of the KKK and neo-Nazis. What do you think is giving them the energy to do what they're doing, to try to put other people down?
Well, first of all, they believe that they have their person in the White House. They think that their ideas are given a platform of legitimacy because people like Trump claim that there's violence on both sides when the Nazis were the ones who killed Heather Heyer a year ago. The fact that they claim to be hiding under the banner of free speech but are incredibly violent and bent on violence. And as long as their movements are able to organize, it's relevant to anyone who is for immigrant rights, who's for Black Lives Matter, who's for union rights, who's on the left in any capacity to come out and organize so that our side can win, because even though they think the wind is in their sails, we're the majority and we're going to win.
And that's one of the things too, is it was just a year ago that Heather Heyer was murdered at the hands of white nationalists, yet there are so many people here, so many people are coming together of all colors, shapes, sizes, sexual persuasions. Everyone is here standing up despite what happened. Do you think that the side of good will win over the side that's happening at Lafayette Square?
I don't think that's inevitable. Oh no. Well, it's a nice flag. That none of that is inevitable. What we've learned from this country's history is that this is something that's been embedded since its founding. This was a country founded on slavery and the genocide of native peoples. It's a country where whenever there's been economic crises, there's been the basis for these ideas of scapegoating and hatred to find a platform and an audience. And unless we organize an alternative that is opposed to all those things and actually points to where in society our problems come from, which in this very unequal society, this very oppressive society, clearly comes from the top, including from people like Trump, we're not actually going to have a basis for winning. So I don't think it's inevitable, but I think the fact that we have such a wonderful turnout, that people don't think we need to be complacent, but that we actually need to stand up, is incredibly heartening, and we need to do it every time they show their ugly heads.
Right, and it seems like you guys all on this side have the same signs. Are you part of a particular group?
Yes, I'm with the International Socialist Organization.
Okay, great. And where can people hear more about you guys?
So we have two websites. You can hear more about protests like this and about how to fight the right at socialistworker.org, or you can head to our website, internationalsocialist.org.
Okay, thank you so much. It was very informative. Do you want to? Status Coup?
Status Coup.
News, yep. Do you want to talk as well about why you're here?
Well, I can talk, and I can speak, and I guess you could say on a more personal note. I'm originally from the South. I was born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm the daughter. My mother is still living. She is an octogenarian. Her childhood was spent in Alabama, George Wallace's Alabama. I was born and raised in Louisiana, David Duke's state. I am here because I absolutely, positively will not see a return to the same hell of segregation that my mother went through. I will not see that. My mother was raised on Tuskegee Institute's campus, now known as Tuskegee University. That campus chapel was burnt to the ground. My mother otherwise would have been able to get married there. My mother's father was the third provost and academic vice president at that school, I.A. Derveny. There's a strong suspicion that the Klan burned that chapel to the ground. That chapel was since rebuilt with no right angles to make sure there was no possibility of lightning striking, but there's a strong suspicion that chapel was burned by the Klan. We are here. Now there's no guarantee of the future, but I have a different thing I want to say. If we continue as we are, who knows what happens? I firmly believe and I hope that if we continue as we are, we can defeat this evil. As Ruth Bader Ginsburg said, the pendulum swings. Well, I firmly believe there's a possibility of hope here. I refuse to give up. That's why I am here. Am I worried about what's going on? Of course I am. That's why I'm here. But I also firmly believe that if we fight in a peaceful, loving way, we can defeat this. And that's what I'm determined to do. That's why we're here. We're here in a loving and determined way because we're going to defeat this one way or the other. We've got to. It's as simple as that. We're not going to stand for human rights being shredded. We're not going to stand for Roe versus Wade being completely shredded. That's what I believe, and that's why we're here. I'm not going to stand for anything less than absolute solidarity, love, and support. Martin Luther King and all the other stuff. It's as simple as that. We are in this together.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Keep fighting. Okay, as you can hear, people are passionate. People have their own reasons, their own stories. Please share this video. These people's words are very important. They're not going to stand for the hate. They're coming together. They're not afraid of the cowards who are a few blocks away. They're going to mobilize. It's really inspiring how many people are here. And as I said, this is just one of the counter protests. And there are what they consider safe spaces where they will be completely away from the white nationalists. There are other groups that will be marching closer to the area in Lafayette Square. There's one group that has a group of counter protesters that has a permit in Lafayette Square, which is where the white nationalists have the permit as well. So that's separate areas of the same park. And then there are safe spaces where people can come together without putting themselves in any harm. I have read that the police intend to keep the groups completely separate in any case, but we'll see if that comes to fruition, if anything happens tonight. I know that last night in Charlottesville there were some scuffles, even with journalists, among journalists. So we'll keep talking to people. I will wander over to Lafayette Square a little bit later. Again, please share this video. Consider supporting us. You know, it does take a lot for us to be in the field. We're completely independent media. Do any of you want to talk about why you're here?
Who are you with?
A Status Coup, completely independent, progressive. Hi, why are you here today?
I'm here because I live in the hood. I'm a white guy, so I have a duty to be as a white guy here. First of all, because if you're white and you don't stand against racism, that means you're racist. Because of the history we have, the colonialization, the master slave, all of that, as a white person, I have to be here. I'm also here because we can't allow Chocolate City to become Nazi City. And this is where I live. And I'm never going to back down because, no, the Nazis cannot take over Washington, D.C. It will always be Chocolate City. I will fight against gentrification, which is a soft term of Nazism, and I'll fight against this. And I'm moving to Germany in 2 months, so I'm going from fighting neo-Nazis, fighting against neo-Nazism, to fighting against actual Nazism.
Absolutely, and as we talk about, there just a few blocks from here, the white nationalists are on the stage talking. David Duke, I hear, is there. What do you think is energizing these people to come together in our nation's capital, in your home, and in the home of our people, to spew this hate?
Honestly, I think it's their biggest fan, Donald Trump. They've been emboldened. I'm 47 years old, and it used to be when the Klan marched, there were 20 of them. Or less. And now there's hundreds, which is still small, thankfully, but it's much bigger in the last few years. And I definitely think, even though I don't find that neoliberalism and neo-fascism very different, they're both killing Africa, for example, it's still, I think he's emboldened them.
Thank you so much for talking today. Okay, it is very, very hot here, but I'm going to keep going. You can see that those who have their faces covered often don't like to be interviewed. They're probably part of Antifa, if I say that right. Here you're supposed to put the emphasis on the IFA. And that's okay. You know, they don't want to be identified. That's why they wear the masks over their face. And often Antifa and the white nationalists have gotten into scuffles. More than that, you know, it's become violent, so hopefully that does not happen here today. There are a lot of discussions about whether it's okay to, punch Nazis. I'm of the persuasion that, yeah, I think it is, because you never, it's a slippery slope. What you allow can quickly get out of hand if you know that someone is wanting to put down entire races of people and is actively against them. I'm okay with people punching a Nazi. That's not what I'm going to do, but I think, morally I'm okay with that. Generally, I am a pacifist, but in this case, we have to shut down, and that's what the people here are peacefully offering an alternative to what's happening over there. Right now, this group is chanting, "No KKK, no fascist USA." And it looks like they're getting ready to mobilize and start marching around. That Together sign is actually from the 2016 DNC, because I have one of those too. So that's interesting. Again, this is the International Socialist Organization that we spoke to a couple of members of. I'll follow them a little bit, see if anyone else wants to talk. Oh, and in fact, it looks like even more groups are going to be marching with this group. I assume that it was planned that that group was going to march, and that people are seeing them march and they're joining in, which for these groups, that's the goal. They want solidarity. They want lots of people marching with them to show that this is what's happening over there at the white supremacist rally is not what our country is about at all. We're America. We're a diverse place. We always will be. We need to embrace that. We need to shut down Nazism, white supremacy. You can see lots of different kinds of people here, but they're all coming together for one goal, and that's to stop the hate, to stop the racist attacks. Again, share this video. We'll be reporting on and off all day from different protests. There's lots of different protests, counter-protests here today. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA is what they're chanting. Exactly, Jessica, it's a melting pot. Share this video on your feeds. I know Jordan talks about it all the time, but we definitely are being suppressed. Even with all the followers on this page, no one sees our stuff, no one gets notifications, so share it out. Okay, they're announcing that there's another speaker, and then they're gonna march. Let's go, in the meantime, while we're waiting, let's go talk to some more people. Because that's what it's all about, and it seems like in general, people really want their voices to be heard. They're more than willing to be interviewed. They want people to know. And it was kind of interesting, the guy who I assume was an Antifa member that I just interviewed, he asked who I was with, and there's, I imagine, a very specific reason for that, and it's because, corporate media or other outlets could potentially spin things or in some cases ask these questions. So I'm glad he talked with us at all, because a lot of them will not. Just because they don't want to be identified, they don't want things to be spun. They're very focused on their mission of not allowing fascism. Got a doggy. There's lots of people here taking pictures, lots of independent media, lots of corporate media. Here we go at the front of the march. It says Black Trans Lives Matter. And again, this is the International Socialist Association. Let's go see over here. People are lined up to see the marchers. Let's go see if these folks will talk to us. Hi, do you want to talk real quick about why you're here today?
Sure. Who am I talking with?
My name is Jen. I'm with Status Coup, an independent organization.
Hi, Jen. I'm here because you got to stand up. These alt-right is wrong. I don't know what else to say. I mean, we're in a bad place. Who'd have thought 40 years ago when I was a kid that I'd have to be out here protesting for civil rights? For God's sake, it's just craziness. So.
Right. Do you feel like our country is taking several steps back?
I think we have since the new administration. I mean, Trump has given a green light, go ahead to the worst possible element in our society. Our country has, you know, the underbelly has come forward in a big way. They used to be stigmatized and driven underground, and now they have free run to come up and do whatever they want because of Trump. And that's really wrong. I mean, we're not progressing as a country like this. We're going backwards.
Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of people, and the fact that they're just a few blocks from here with the heads of the KKK and other racist, fascist organizations is really striking for a lot of people. But are you encouraged by the turnout today and what's going on?
I'm always encouraged. I do a lot of protesting. Believe it or not, since Trump came into presidency, I never thought I'd be doing any kind of protesting like this, but I keep finding myself out on the streets over and over and over again. And yes, it's encouraging, and it's wonderful to see like-minded people out here, good people, instead of the crap we got, in the government now. And so it's inspiring, and it's helpful to me personally because I feel like I'm doing something, which I think is why most of us are out here, because I feel like we're doing something.
Right, definitely. Let me show people your sign here. You can't fix stupid, but you can vote it out. Trump and fascists can be temporary. If we want it, vote. Very good. Do you want to say anything? Okay, good. Yeah, thank you guys. Okay, I think the march is about to start, so I'm going to get out of the way and go to the other end here. And that's something, too. That man that we just spoke with, he said he hasn't really gotten out and protested before this. And I think that is, if you're going to say there's absolutely anything at all positive about what's going on right now, who's in our government, it's that it is mobilizing people. It is waking people up. This isn't, the first set of years that our country has been racist, or that minorities have been shut out, or that the KKK has roamed the streets. But this is the first time that a lot of people, especially a lot of white people, which I am one, are realizing what it is, how it impacts people. So a lot of what's going on isn't sprung from Trump. It is absolutely true that people are they feel like they can come out of their little holes and spew their racist agenda. But it didn't start with him, and it's probably not going to end with him, even if he gets out of office. But people are coming together. People are noticing now. People are stepping up, and it is very encouraging. Let's see. Let's go talk to some more people. Lots of other media here. We have a sign that just went by, love your neighbor. So we have kind of like, there are some signs like love your neighbor. There's one over there that's F your racist BS. And I'm trying not to curse just so we don't get demonetized. Otherwise I would. We have there on a walker, stop gun violence. Maybe we can go speak with her. Here's the start of another march. It says Unite Against Hate. Still here, still strong. And over here, let's go look at this picture. I don't want to get one of the other cameras, but there's a photo of Heather Heyer, who is the young woman who was killed last year in Charlottesville. And here we have a very striking photo of what happened last year. Do you want to talk about what you're holding?
Yeah, hi. I'm Amanda Dusak, and I'm in the International Socialist Organization, and a lot of our comrades were there, as well as many others, holding these signs here. And unfortunately, in Charlottesville, we weren't well organized. We broke up into different groups. It was not good. So today, we're out in numbers for safety. We're numbers, and I've been out here for a while. Sorry. So we're safe with our numbers. Yeah, and we're here to show the Nazis that they're not welcome in our town. Yeah.
So was it a part of the plans for your organization to come together on the anniversary to stand up and say, look, we're not going to be intimidated. You guys are not going to get your way?
Correct, yes. We have to be out here. You know, some people say, oh, just ignore the Nazis. We know in the past, in history, it does not work that way. They become stronger. Not only that, on a daily basis, people of color and immigrants, women, trans, LGBT are becoming violent. You know, they're getting hurt, right? And we can't have that happen. We have to keep people safe, and we have to show there's an alternative to the Nazis and white supremacists, and that's what we're doing today. Yeah.
Thank you very much. They're chanting Black Lives Matter Fox News. I have to assume that this is a Fox News reporter. I hope it doesn't get testy. Share this video. Jesus was a Jew as a sign. GOP hypocrites, spineless, self-serving sycophants. Black Lives Matter sign. And you guys can tweet this video out too. We might get ourselves... Let's go back around here. Maybe we can talk to that woman after. Let's see what they're saying.
Their own message across, anti-racism, anti-hate. They were playing music. It was actually a festive atmosphere here a little while ago. They want that to continue. They want to shout them down. They want to kind of drown out the white supremacist protesters. But no people here that we have spoken to are eager for a confrontation, Ryan. And again, the police are going to try to ensure that.
Yes, we do. We're protesting Nazis. We're protesting
Chanting Black Lives Matter.
And also, I can say, here's one of the officers. A lot of officers intermingling with these people here, just to kind of keep the emotions down a little bit, keep the temperature down.
No, we're not fights.
Says I can't stand next to him, but I'm going to. You don't need to touch me. You could have just asked.
It's called personal space.
You touched my stomach, in fact.
I'm trying to keep you from bumping
That's
into
fine. You touched my stomach. I'm
is
a
my
woman.
colleague.
I'm a woman.
I'm standing next to you.
Yes, you touched my stomach and tried to push me back. I was in this space, excuse me. You can step aside. I'm fine. Yes, he touched my stomach and I was just standing here, so he needs to stop. As a woman, I don't like my stomach touched by a man. I agree. They're chanting, no Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA again. I'm going to try to speak with this woman who's standing behind these CNN assholes. Ma'am, do you want to talk about why you're here today?
What?
I'm an independent, with independent media. Do you want to talk about why you're here today?
Because we've got a little orange Nazi lover in the White House and a whole administration that is filling up a corrupt, racist, misogynistic, self-serving pool of sycophants. Will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
I saw that you were talking
United.
behind the CNN cameras. What was your goal in that?
Well, I thought he was Fox News. Okay? Fox
Even
News.
so.
Fox News is fake news. And I just want my sign to go viral. Okay?
Okay.
I got 1,000,000 of them.
Let's show this sign. Thank you very much. We have NBC here. Yeah, I'm sure you guys caught that little scuffle where the CNN guy decided to touch my stomach and shove me aside. So not super thrilled about that. I do have it on camera. And then I spoke to his female colleague who said, I agree with you. So obviously I'm not one to escalate things. But that just shows you what the corporate media does to independent journalists. Literally shoves them aside. So there's that crew, the CNN crew. You know, this day is not about me, but I'm extremely pissed off about what just happened with CNN. Like, that's disgusting. He touched my body to shove me aside in a public space. So anyway, I'll get back to covering the march, which has just started. We'll follow it, share this video. And that woman who we were just speaking with, she has a walker, and she's out here. And as you saw, she's not one to just sit back and let people do whatever. She's going to be out here fighting. The people united will never be defeated, is what they're chanting. We'll try to talk to some people here in the march.
The people united will never be defeated.
Let's see. I lost my spot of the person I was going to try to grab. Let's go this way. Sorry. My hands will fall off, so please share this video. Make it worth it. Let's see. Hi, do you want to talk quickly about why you're here today?
Sorry?
Do you want to talk quickly about why you're here today?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's so important for us to stand up against hate and make sure that the marginalized communities who are under attack know that we are fighting for them against all this opposition of hate.
Great, thank you so much. Hi, do you want to talk about why you're here today? No. Let's see. Do you want to talk about why you're here today?
That's right! I'm here because I'm black! And I'm here because all the white people were fighting for me, and it fueled me up to make me fight for myself.
So you're feeling positive today about the mobilization?
Oh, hell yeah, I'm going to get on the front line.
All right, thank you. All right, so the march is still behind us. That back there is the, that international, oh, let's talk to these guys. Do you guys want to talk about why you're here today?
Spread the love, baby. Spread the love.
All right. Okay. You can see all the news cameras are here. End racism. Black trans lives matter. Solidarity trumps hate. Solidarity is our strength. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. Share this video. Share it on Twitter. Share it everywhere. Pull clips from it if you want. He's cheating. Immigrants are welcome here. Do you want to talk real quick about your message?
Well, we're here to peacefully show that racism is isolated and that anti-racism is for everyone, and that we're here on the streets. We don't need violence, and the Nazis will lose.
Thank you. I'm definitely going to get a workout today. It's great. This is so energetic. If you're around DC, come on out. The energy's fantastic. I'll try to mix back into the crowd, which is growing. It's growing and growing. Do you want to talk quickly about why you're here?
To fucking fight neo-Nazis.
Okay, let's try to catch up with the other parts of the crowd. As I said, it's a mixture, fighting for Black Lives Matter, fighting for immigrants, fighting for LGBTQ. The signs are great. Let's talk. I can't believe I have to protest Nazis in 2018. Hi, can you talk about your sign real quick?
I am here to fight racism. We've got to stand up, all of us.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's catch up. People in their cars. We'll trade racists for refugees is that woman's sign. Remember, you can support us monthly for as little as $1, patreon.com/Jordan Sheridan Reports. We are trying to get out everywhere we can. It's easy for corporate media to come here because they have corporate backers. It's not easy for us. So if you can, $1 a month, $2 a month, or share this video. I know our audience is not flush with cash, and that's fine, neither am I. But share the video. That helps so much. Let's see if we can talk to this mom and little boy. Hi, do you want to talk about why you're here today?
Say it again.
Do you want to talk about why you're here today?
I'm good, thank
you. There are people lining the streets. Okay, so we're at the front of the march now. I believe they're marching to Lafayette, but I'm going to ask. And if that's the case, that's where the other protest is, but they are going to be kept separate. They have Control, Alt-Right, Delete. That's cute. A lot of great signs, a lot of creativity, but behind that creativity is power and passion and the determination that those Nazis are not going to win, that are here in our nation's capital. I don't want to slam corporate media too much, but it doesn't seem like they're getting in the crowd and asking questions. It seems like they're observing and then saying whatever they want to say. Getting hot out here, guys. Hi, do you want to talk about why you're here today?
Pardon?
Do you want to talk about why you're here today?
I do have a speech impediment, so.
Sure. No.
Yeah, well, I'm here today because of the call against the quote alt-right that's supposed to be rallying here in town today, and I'm in disagreement with it. Overall, American like society has not been fair and equal for a long time, especially since the freeing of the ex-slaves here in this country. We never had equal rights and justice under this law and constitution. So I'm here to represent myself, my community, and my people in the present time.
Do you think that, with these white supremacists marching so close by, do we outpower them on the side of good?
Question again?
On the side of what's right, all these people mobilizing, do we outpower those alt-right Nazis that are a few blocks away? Are we strong?
Well, in numbers, I would say that we outpower them in numbers here today, but as far as money and law and policies is concerned, no.
That's a fantastic point, and that gets to the root of a lot of it. Thank you, sir. I am sweating like crazy. Share this video. They're chanting "Our streets." Do you want to talk about why you're here today? Do you want to say why you're here today?
To protest the KKK.
Again, chanting "Our streets." All right. Keep on sharing. Keep getting these people's voices out there. Talking directly to the people, not just from the periphery. We're not just looking with our eyes and going on camera and saying what we think. We let the people have the microphone, and that's the goal. Sorry. Okay, let's... Whose city? Our city. Looks like they're directing the marchers. I'm going to ask what the destination of this march is. Yes, she confirmed the march is going to end up at Lafayette. Let's go up to the front here. As I said earlier, this part of the march, anyone who wanted to join is marching over to Lafayette, where counter-protesters have a separate permit from the city. The white nationalists have their own permit. As far as I'm aware, they're going to try to keep both sides separated. That doesn't always work. And then those who want to stay completely safe are staying behind where we previously were. So there's a space for everyone here. But I have to say, it seems like most people that were at the previous rally have chosen to march and to go on to Lafayette. There are my CNN friends again. Assholes. Okay. We're back at the front of the other section of the march again. I believe they're just trying to keep it super organized with the different sections. Someone has a sign there. This ain't Charlottesville, this is DC. Let's try to stay out of the way. Share, share, share. Seriously, it helps so much.
Get these Nazis out of town!
Get up, get down, get these Nazis out of town. And that's the thing, too, is Charlottesville is one thing, where it's not necessarily the most progressive place. DC is a whole other animal. DC is very progressive. People are not going to stand for these white supremacists.
Get these Nazis out of town! Get up! Get down! Get these Nazis out of town! Get up! Get down! Get these Nazis out of town! Get up! Get down! Get these Nazis out of town! Get up! Get down! Get these Nazis out of town! Get up! Get down!
Again, we are marching to Lafayette, where counter-protesters, which are these guys, have a permit alongside the white nationalists who have a permit on a separate area of the park. Shrika, I don't mean to say that Charlottesville didn't resist. Absolutely, I agree. I'm just saying DC is a different demographic. That's just the truth of it. But Charlottesville, people did amazing work there, amazing resistance. So I apologize for misspeaking on that. I just mean DC is a different area, different demographic. So we're really only a short distance from Lafayette, but obviously because it's a march, it moves a little bit slower. But people are just almost, they're defiant, but they're in a good mood. There's anger, but it seems to come from a place of strength and solidarity. People seem to feel positive and hopeful. I have a suspicion, though, that feeling will kind of change and become stronger in defiance once we reach Lafayette, which is where the white nationalists are right now. Here's some music. Everyone's joining in with the song, which is great. Listen up. People are kind of segueing from the march to listen.
Stand by. In this sky that we look upon, September and dawn, baby.
Share, share, share.
To see. No, I won't be afraid.
Make it a bit of a dance party here. The energy's great. I would join in singing, but I can't sing. Absolutely great. That seemed to be kind of a hopeful kind of pit stop for people along the way, that song. As we continue marching to Lafayette Square, where the neo-Nazis are right now. I'm going to go up to the front here. Again, share this video. I'm dripping sweat, my hands hurt, but it's important, so share, share, share. Yeah, Donna, the counter-protesters seem to vastly outnumber the white nationalists, which shows you what kind of country this really is or can be, and the resistance of DC. Not the neoliberal kind of resistance, but the actual kind. Of course, Brandy, that's definitely what we want to do, is record, show what's actually going on, speak to the people. Again, I don't want to plug it all day, but patreon.com/Jordan Chariton Reports, $1, $2. Please support us so we can keep covering things like this. We also have paypal.me/statuscoup. Here we are back up towards the front. There again is the picture of Heather Heyer, who was murdered last year in Charlottesville at the hands of white nationalists.
Get down! Get these Nazis out of town! Get down! Get these Nazis out of town! Get up!
Share, share, share. Get up, get down, get these Nazis out of town. And this woman's awesome. She's dancing, marching.
Let's
see if we, do you want to talk very quickly about why you're here?
Because I denounce all forms of hate from anyone.
I've been seeing you dancing and marching, and your energy is very just wonderful. It's catching. Thank you. Oops, sorry. Okay, so over here we have the coming together of another set of counter-protesters. Really all the groups are coming together, working together, but there were different permits all over the city, and this is the Black Lives Matter DC, the start of their march, so I believe we're going to come together and continue on to Lafayette. So let's see, let's walk around. It's starting to drizzle a little bit, but the energy is not slowing down. In fact, it is increasing. It is getting more powerful. Deborah, I didn't, because I'm streaming on my phone, but I'll take a look once I cut the stream. I'm around here. I'm the very sweaty one. Let's continue talking to people. Look at the great signs. This one's wonderful. Can you talk about your sign just for a second while you're here?
I'm here because I want justice for black people. It's a lot of injustice that's happening, and it goes under the rug, so we're here today and we're standing up. Yeah.
Sign's awesome. Let me show everyone. Great, thank you. Not sure exactly. It looks like this is kind of like a meeting point, a middle point. Everyone's kind of just standing still right now. But the organizers are giving directions, so it looks like we'll be continuing on. Yeah, so we're going to be marching this way now, coming together with Black Lives Matter DC, which was another organized counter-protest against the neo-Nazis. I challenge each of you to share this video, even if you normally wouldn't or normally don't share videos. It really matters. We are getting in there, talking to the people. I see someone with a sarcastic comment. I was a Nazi, then I saw this protest, now I'm not. Yeah, that's not how that works. This is not a protest to convince Nazis to not be Nazis. This is a protest to shut them down, get them to go back in their holes. It's not to change minds. It's to show that this is what America is and can be, that we are not going to stand for the racism. It's not to change a Nazi's mind. Frankly, there's something much deeper wrong with those people who are racist and Nazis and in the KKK. This is to mobilize people. This is to show our politicians that we will not stand for what is in the White House right now, the racism. We just will not stand for it. These people will not stand for it. That is what this protest is about. Yeah, Brad, that's what it is about. It is to make being a racist more difficult. They've been empowered by Trump, by what's in the White House. That's what we heard from a lot of people today. And they've been allowed to crawl out of their holes. They need to go back. There are people who are disabled here marching. We've seen several. That's how important this is to people. No matter the skin color, no matter the gender, religion, these people are here coming together to show that this is what we are really about. Let's see this. F white supremacy. Yes, Jasmine, make racists afraid again. Exactly. They cannot be allowed to mobilize. And I said earlier in this broadcast, I didn't even want to go over to Lafayette, fortunately. Yeah, I think there's just more and more people here, so the signal went down a bit. Facebook does record it automatically. Hopefully it will improve and keep up. And this is Black Lives Matter DC. Black Lives, they matter here. Black Lives Matter DC. Some of these signs at the front here. Rise up, all the power to guys, like this page if you haven't already. Hop over to Status Coup and like that too. That's Jordan and I's new company. Plain Jane, this is the counter-protest to the neo-Nazi rally that's going on in D.C. right now. Awesome, Jane and everyone, share this video. Some more music going on. Every share makes my arm hurt a little bit less. Looks like the organizers are encouraging people to keep moving forward here. Solidarity trumps hate. International Socialist Organization again. So many different people here, so many different groups here. Kids here. Oh, a little baby wearing a Black Lives Matter shirt, super cute. The people united will never be defeated. Okay, sorry about that bad connection, guys. Looks like we're back up now. If it does go down, I will get back on it on my other phone, which is a different servicer. Susan, I am in Lafayette Square right now. I just got here. This is the counter-protester portion of Lafayette Square. Black Lives Matter posters, no Nazis in DC. Share this video. Unfortunately, we had a poor connection for a while. Unfortunately, that happens in areas where lots of people are. Follow this page if you haven't. If you're just finding us, follow Status Coup, which is our upcoming independent media company. I'm going to try to find the other rally, the neo-Nazi rally, just to show you that. As I said, don't really want to, but just to show you, journalistically what's here. It is very obvious that the counter-protesters, which have come together, there were several different groups who had taken out permits all over DC, and the counter-protesters are vastly outnumbering the neo-Nazis. So I'm trying to figure out where they are. It's clearly going to be a much smaller group. Pretty much impossible to get around DC today, but that's okay. Take a look at the signs as I walk around. Sorry. We'll interview people. There are speakers. Let's listen to speakers for a minute.
But I said here today, so I want to bring up another long-time struggler and fighter against this kind of fascist menace.
Yeah, good idea, Brad. If your feed is frozen, refresh. Unfortunately, we might have signal going in and out just because there are so many people around. If it becomes a major issue, I'll switch phones with a different provider. Again, this is Lafayette Square, where counter-protesters have a permit, as well as the neo-Nazis who have a permit elsewhere in the park.
That's where they were.
Remember, every share you guys do of this video makes my arm hurt less. Here's some more chanting. No fascists, no Nazis. Lots of media, lots of independent media. But lots of support in general from people of all kinds from everywhere. The smell of weed in the air, which is legal in DC. Not legal to sell, but legal to smoke. Yeah, this is much more massive on this side than from what I've seen of the white nationalist side, which I am going to try to find. But frankly, if I can't find them, that's a good thing, because that means they're not making an impact, and the side of good is making an impact. Lots of media set up here. Looks like they're going to do a stand-up. Share this video. Let's get around here. If you're just joining, this is the counter-protest to the white nationalist rally. Both now have converged in Lafayette Square, different parts. The police are going to try to keep them apart. Who knows what will happen as the day continues on. Behind the Washington Monument, if you can see. This is hilarious. Do you want to talk about why you're here today?
Sure. I'm here just because this is one of those times in American life where you just have to stand up and say what you believe in and stand up for this country.
And as we know, the white nationalists are here in Lafayette Park, and now the counter-protesters, this side, the side of good, is here as well. What do you think that the sheer numbers of this side shows those people over there?
I think it shows very clearly that they are outnumbered, although I'm not sure whether there's anything that we can do that will change their minds. I just think they're lost in whatever hatred is rolling around in their brains. But I think it's important to be here for everyone else and for everyone who can't be here. Because I know a lot of people who've told me, God, I really wish I was down there so I could say something or do something. So I think it's important. And there's a kind of nice atmosphere here. It's very serious, but I'm kind of surprised that there's a sense of fun and almost a joy in being able to stand up and say what you believe in.
Yeah, it seems to be a lot of solidarity. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, we'll keep walking around. The sweat is dripping down my eyes, guys, so share this video. Seriously, though, these people's voices are so important. People are so passionate. The energy here, like she said, is so good. It's a very serious thing, but people are energized. At times, they're joyful because they're around like-minded people who are of like mind with good in this country. That was an interesting sign, an interesting guy. Alt-right is not welcome. Yes, exactly. Good over evil. White supremacy lost in 1865. No do-overs. The creativity is awesome. You'll see people who have their faces covered. That would be Antifa, the Black Bloc. They generally don't want to be interviewed. I did interview one of them earlier. Lots of other cameras here. But again, not many people actually talking to the people in the media. Trying to figure out what the different sides are here. Lafayette Park is, Lafayette Square is big, and people are filling it up. Hey, cool sign. Do you guys want to talk about why you're here today and the energy?
You can talk about it.
I can't believe that this is still an issue that's present today. I mean, we had a civil rights movement and we decided that white supremacy is stupid. Like, why is this still an issue? Why are people thinking that white civil rights are, being jeopardized? I mean, I'm a white person. I have all of my civil rights. We haven't been subject to discrimination or segregation or prejudice. It's pointless, the reason why they're here and why they're marching, and they're totally outnumbered as well.
Yeah, that's the truth. They are definitely outnumbered. How do you think they're feeling over there in their little white supremacist corner?
I hope they're shaking in their britches, because they should be.
Very good. Thank you so much. There are people actually up in the trees holding signs. Black Lives Matter. It looks like people are coming together. I hear some booing. Let's try to get up to the front. I'll try to weasel my way up. There's booing. Okay, because I believe the white supremacists are marching by. Let's see what they're doing. Here we go. They are over there, and the counter-protesters are looking at them and booing. You can see there's like 3 people over there. There's like thousands over here. This is the side that we can be here in America. Sure. Oops, sorry. chanting "No more hate." My arms are falling off, guys. Share this video. I would actually like to get over there. I'd have to sweet talk some cops, I think. It is just... Okay, signal went out for a minute. Let's try to talk. We're getting tangled up. It's all right. That's how we do here. We report, even if we don't have a cameraman today. I can do it all. I just need you guys to share this video.
Hey, little man, what you doing up there? Nothing. What does your sign say? Black Lives Matter?
Very cute. The kids are getting into it. Everyone's getting into it here. You'll see people all over wearing these orange stickers. Trump Pence must go is all over the place. A lot of people attribute the rise in white supremacy and fascism to the fact that Trump is in the White House. And there is plenty of evidence to support that. You can see people making last-minute signs. Hi, what's your sign going to say? Very good, thank you. Huh? Faces? No. I'm sweating.
Oh, okay. Well, I did not understand your response to my question. Do you think I should work on it more, or do you think I should stop?
No, keep working on it.
Keep working on it. Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah, keep working on it. That's what all you gals tell me.
Very good. You have a good day. Let's see. I want to see if I can get over to the other side. They definitely have it separated. I do have a press pass, which says status coup. Let's see if I can show you guys as I walk. This is Jordan and I are co-founding Status Coup. So check us out. Follow our pages, Facebook, Twitter, website's a work in progress to do that. If only you guys could see how sweaty I am, how many cords are tangled, but it doesn't matter because we're here, we're reporting. Let's see if these cops will let me go report over there, just for like half a second. Hi, if I want to report over there for a few minutes, how do I get there as a press?
They met at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Press entered into the premises here.
Okay.
So that was at 3, so it's an hour ago. You may want to try 15th and Penn. They may allow you, they may not.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so it looks like I missed it, but I think I can sweet talk some cops. I have no idea what he said. I don't know directions, 15th and Penn, whatever that means. But we'll get there. Either way, you saw how tiny their site is. They are pitiful. They are sad. They are not what this country should stand for, will stand for. People are mobilizing. This side, the side of the counter-protesters, is taking up most of Lafayette. Their side has like the size of an elementary school classroom. That is all the power that they have. And you know, the media gives them way too much credit, way too much power. They sit on those panels and debate them way too much every single day. They don't challenge them. They compare equal sides. I can't tell you how many corporate media folk have presented Black Lives Matter as the opposite of white supremacists. That's definitely not what it is. Saying, I don't want to be murdered by police is not the same thing as trying to put down entire races and groups of people. They are not alternatives. It is not a both sides sort of thing at all. And these people are fighting that. Energy here is still good. There were some boos across the fences. The groups are very far apart, which is a good thing. Lots of chants. It's honestly so filled up here. It's hard to maneuver, which is a wonderful thing. Share this video. Consider supporting us monthly at Patreon so we can keep covering things like this. Again, if you just joined, we're here in DC at the counter protest to the Unite the Right rally. And this is the group we've been seeing a lot, the International Socialist Organization. They were also present in Charlottesville. We spoke earlier to someone who had a very graphic picture of the murder at the hands of white supremacists last year. And it's important to get those images out there and for people to mobilize. Brad, I'm not, I mean, it's not for me to say what groups other than, you know, decrying Nazis. But Antifa, I mean, I don't like that they were violent with the, I believe it was an NBC reporter last night. But the fact is, we can't let these racists rise up. They cannot be allowed to come out of their holes. They have with the advent of Trump. Hey guys, back again. It's a very rained-on Jen. But everyone's still going here. People have started to march and go towards Foggy Bottom. I believe the alt-right is going there as well. There's a lot of Antifa walking around, Black Bloc, a lot of chanting. People are still in good spirits. There were no real scuffles or anything. The white supremacist rally was so far away from the counter-protest at Lafayette that it wasn't really a problem. So right now, we've moved down a bit, and I believe the plan is to march to Foggy Bottom. So I'm going to flip the camera around. It's super wet, raining, thundering, but we're going to keep going, and I'm going to show you some of what's going around here. So remember, share this video. If you missed the one from earlier today, look at that after I'm off. I'm not going to be on as long this time because it's raining, and also I think the real kind of action is going to take place at Foggy Bottom. As you can see, there are people ready to do first aid in case the police or the Nazis or whoever start to get violent, so people are prepared for that. I'm going to try to put the camera underneath some reindeer here. Hold on. Yeah, that's not going to work. So we're just going to have to be rained So as you can see, a lot of Antifa are prepared and ready to do whatever they can. People have their umbrellas out. People are prepared for absolutely anything. A lot of people did go home, but the main rally, the main counter-protest rally where everyone converged in support of, you know, immigration, Black Lives Matter, everything that's good and important in our melting pot of a country. A lot of the people did leave, but a lot of people are still here. Even though it's raining, even though it's thundering, people are still in good spirits. The constant message is hate's not wanted, that's not who we are. I really think that things are going to heat up even more as the night goes on. Who knows what will happen, but that's what I suspect. I definitely see a lot more Antifa. No sign of the counter, you know, the white supremacist rally yet. I think they're still separated, and I don't know the full details, but I believe that they are scheduled to go to Foggy Bottom, and I definitely heard people organizing to go there as well on the counter-protest side. Very rainy. People are still in good spirits. People are sometimes breaking out in song. People are chanting. People are ready for absolutely anything. Lots of people here, medic ready to go in case anything happens tonight. Hopefully there will be no violence, but you never know what will happen. The sign says the system cannot be reformed, it must be overthrown.
Excuse me.
Go on over here, see what's going on. You will definitely see a lot of Antifa. Hi Claire, thanks for watching. Everyone share. Energy is very good, but you can tell that people are kind of anticipating and ready for whatever might come. Again, if you're just joining on, I believe the plan is now to go to Foggy Bottom, which isn't super duper close to right here where we are, but that's okay. Here are some people marching. This is the counter-protest to Unite the Right rally. There were several groups here, and they have converged and come together.
No Trump! No KKK! No fascist USA! 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 No! 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 In the name of humanity, we refuse a fascist America! No! 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 In the name of humanity, we refuse a fascist America! No! 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 In the name of humanity, we refuse a fascist America! No! 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 No!
Fuck this zone up, they keep laughing.
We refuse a fascist
Look at that. I know.
No! 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 We refuse a fascist America!
And as I walk through, pay attention to the signs and the different groups that are here. This is revcom.us that are chanting no, no. We refuse a fascist America. Share this video. It definitely won't get seen without you guys. I don't see as much media here at this part as was at the other portions of the rally. That's for sure. Reese, hey! There's Reese Cooper. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you doing, Jen?
Very wet.
I didn't expect to see you here today.
Yeah.
When'd you get here?
Around 2.
Cool.
Yeah. Good.
Crazy day.
Very crazy. Everyone's supposed to go to, this is, hold on guys, you guys can listen to this.
Yo, we're gonna talk.
Everyone's supposed to go to Foggy Bottom, right?
No, they, it's been a long day. Put it that way. They were supposed to come to Foggy Bottom. Do you mean they're gonna leave at Foggy Bottom?
Well, I thought the white nationalists were going to Foggy Bottom and that counter protesters too, no?
Well, so they're stuck in there right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so they arrived.
The white nationalists are stuck. Okay.
The white nationalists arrived earlier than they said they would, and they're stuck in there. This group has like locked them in, and so they originally we thought they were going to arrive at about 4:30, and then they arrived at like 2:30. They marched here, but there were only 20 of them. We kind of expected 300 to 400.
Yeah, it was like the size of a kindergarten classroom.
And so we were kind of still expecting more people to show up, and they never did. So now this group is stuck in here, and the police have not been able to get them out. They tried to bash through the anti-fascists and failed. And then they tried to separate everybody and tell people that they were leaving from over there, and that failed. And so now this exit's blocked, that exit's blocked, and I just saw a bunch of cops going over to the exit on the far side, where I assume they're going to work out what their options are. I don't know how they're going to get them out. I think a funny possibility is that they actually use the tunnels under the White House, which would be symbolic of the fact that the Trump presidency supports this white supremacist, several, Nazi ideology. Because, I mean, that would be insane to actually think that they get to use those tunnels when nobody gets to enter that building barely. Those are private tunnels. But yeah, we don't know what's happening.
That's insane. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was a meta interview.
Yeah, very meta.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Good. How have you been? You like
Good.
a new job?
So
Reese just got it.
Consortium News, yeah.
Reese just got a new job with Consortium News, which is an awesome news outlet. Guys, check it out.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Investigative journalism. But yeah, so I am just starting that like this week.
Yay! Very good.
And Jen was Jen helped me get the job.
Yay! Yeah, I recommended him because he's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah,
good to see you too. How long are you going to be here?
Probably as long as stuff's happening.
Okay, I expect it to go on like 10, 9, 10.
I definitely see the Antifa presence increasing. So.
Yeah, right here is Antifa, and then I don't know how spread out they are, but we have people at every exit. We've had way more than 2,000 people here throughout the day. So yeah, I don't know how many people are still here, but our numbers have been awesome.
So good.
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay. I'll see you later. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, see you later. Very cool. Yeah, everyone share this. He kind of got the update from Reese, who he got to this area way before I did, so he has kind of the inside scoop. So it sounds like the white nationalists are trapped, which is where they should be. And they don't know how they're going to get them out. Apparently they tried to take them through this way, but Antifa's here, and obviously that's not going to work out. So we'll see. I'm going to try to go up to the gates, to the barricade.
Let's go!
Kind of trapped here. Hold on. Excuse me, sorry. Okay.
It's not really clear. Nobody knows what's going on. I mean, like, there's people that have left, there's this group that hasn't. Like.
From the alt-right to the police, fascism serves the one person.
You sound like a damn transformer.
Brandon, there are definitely some still here. And in fact, they had a permit until this. The permit is actually posted. You guys can find it. If I were on my computer or whatever, I could post the link. But you can see the permit that Jason Kessler, whatever his stupid name is, that he took out in DC. You can find that. The U.S. National Parks, I think it was. Please stare at the
Other cities, they would have tear gas you, but they've been patient. You gotta be real.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm not asking you to be my friend. You don't have to be my friend.
Oh, she's saying Best Boys and Poets. Sure, if you guys are ever in DC, that is my favorite. Very activist friendly, very progressive restaurant, bar. It's very cool. DC Peace Team. Let me see if I can talk to some of them. Hi, would any of you mind talking about what your group does? Hi, what's the DC Peace Team?
DC Peace Team is a group that's here to help build the skills of the community in nonviolent peacemaking. So today we're trying to prevent violence, trying to interrupt dehumanization, and when we can have some dialogue with some folks who want to talk a little bit about how things are going.
Have you seen any violence so far? Everything kind of pretty peaceful?
There was a couple incidents where people were from different sides that got pretty close, and folks were throwing bottles at them and spray painting and stuff, and certainly a lot of language which is dehumanizing. So we did what we could to try to make sure those folks got to a place where they could continue to try to get better.
Great, thank you so much. There you heard it. So we have all different kinds of people here. We have Antifa who are ready to kind of protect the city, I would say vigilante style, against white supremacists if it comes down to it. We have a lot of different activist groups. We have the police. We have everyone here. It's definitely raining. People are definitely still here. I think everyone's just kind of figuring out what the next steps are. Things are up in the air a little bit right now. Here are some speakers. Let's go over and talk to them.
Right now, too many people are caught up in this brainwash that you're going to vote some kind of change into being. In a system with 250 years of slavery under its belt, Jim Crow terror, lynch mob terror, police brutality and murder, wars for empire, I'm sorry, you don't vote that out. It's in the DNA of the system. It's how it functions. That system has to be uprooted and overthrown. So right now, we got to do the work of spreading the word of this revolution, of the revolutionary leader, Bob Avakian. And if you're not familiar with Bob Avakian, find out. This website behind me, revcom.us, this website on our t-shirts, this is where you're going to find the work of Bob Avakian. There has never been a leader like Bob Avakian. The fact that he's alive today, with the work that he's done, means we have the best chance we could have to have a fight that could win. I'm not talking about winning a campaign. I'm not talking about winning an election or winning a battle. I'm talking about winning a revolution. An actual revolution where millions of people fight to defeat the armed forces that hold this system in place. Millions. We're not ready right this second for millions to do that because millions right now still think you can reform this system. But what we are ready to do right now is shape the terrain, influence millions for revolution, organize thousands right now to be part of influencing those millions, and move the whole thing into a direction where millions are ready to put everything on the line. That's what we have to put ourselves to now. We got to get to that kind of situation as soon as possible, and the situation where millions can be led to overthrow this system. So get into Bob Avakian. Go to the website revcom.us. Get your hands on the strategy statement for revolution, how we can win. Come up and talk with us. Get organized into this. If you're in D.C., if you're in New York, if you're in Chicago,
Hey, there you hear it. There's one of the groups that is mobilized today.
This is real and going now.
As I said, definitely check out the previous stream I did. I think I was live for about 2 hours. Share this one. It's a lot going on here today, and I think a lot more will go on. The general feeling, though, is that people are mobilized, people are coming together, and they will not allow white supremacy to stand at all, which is why the white supremacists are not currently marching to Foggy Bottom, which was their plan. That's right, Mary. That's what I've heard from a lot of people. We're going backwards, not forward. We have a lot of people who fought for civil rights, who fought against white supremacy, decades ago. And here they are today. We have signs that reflect that, how shocked people are that we are still fighting this. On the other hand, a lot of black people, other people of color, are not at all shocked because they've been dealing with this. It's the underbelly of our country that has never gone away. And, right now there's certainly not signs of it going away. In fact, they seem to be feeding off of Trump and getting stronger. But events like this, where, as I've said, the white supremacist rally looked like the size of a kindergarten classroom, whereas there were thousands of people on the counter-protest side, the side with Black Lives Matter, the side with LGBT, the side with peace. We had a sign earlier with Quakers for equality. A lot of people are coming together. And someone said earlier, you're not going to change any Nazi minds. You're not going to change a white supremacist mind. That's not really what the goal is. The goal is to mobilize and show that people will not stand for this. Those people are too far gone in most cases. But we can mobilize. People, especially white people, are waking up to what's been going on and what has gotten worse. And people are really coming together. The crowd is definitely thinning out here, partially due to the rain, partially probably due to the confusion of where people are going next. But I will be going live later. I do know that Antifa has some additional plans, so I'm going to go over there and check that out, because the goal is to shut down any platform that white supremacists have. So share this video. Definitely check out the 2-hour-long video I did earlier. Also, you can support our reporting at patreon.com/JordanCheritonReport for as little as $1 a month. And I hate, someone said we sound like when PBS does their drives and rallies. Well, sorry. We gotta eat. We gotta report. We would do this no matter what. We'll do it as long as we can, which is forever, as long as we're here. So definitely share this stuff. I'm a little bit tired, so I'm gonna rest and get ready for the next step.